Hello, my name is Wayne Alexander, and today we're going to be taking a look at security-based forms. Now, security-based form is a new functionality that's only available in CRM 2011, and it gives users the ability to assign specific security roles to different forms within the CRM system, meaning that if a user has that security role that's assigned to the form, when they log into the system, they'll see that particular custom form. It makes it extremely useful if you want to create a different CRM environment for different people depending on what department they work in, as an example. And that's what we're going to go through today. Um, I'm using the web version of CRM 2011. I can confirm that the Outlook version is exactly the same process. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the settings area of CRM, and I'm going to go into solutions to do my security based forms. You could use the default solution. I don't recommend using that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a solution that I've already created. Now the idea is you can create different forms for an entity and then assign security roles for those different forms. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and expand accounts, um, and I'm going to go into my forms. Now what I already did was I already created a HR form, a sales form, and a trainee form. Now, as you know already, information main is the main form that you'll have for all of your entities. I can double click and open that up. And information mobile is the main form that you have for CRM 2011 on your mobiles. So there is our main form. Now, as I said, what I actually did was I created three separate forms: HR, sales, and trainee. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click and open up the HR form. Now, as you can imagine, for this example, you could create a security role specifically for HR and assign it to this form. There's a button in the form ribbon, assign security role, and if I was to go ahead and click on the security role, you will notice that system administrator and system customizer by default would already be ticked. When you're one of these two, if you have one of these two roles as a user, then you would naturally have the ability to see every form that's been created for an entity. So what I'm going to do as an example, I'm just going to go ahead and say for HR, maybe we only want the CEO business manager to be able to see that particular form. I'm going to go ahead and just click OK. And I'll save and close. Do exactly the same thing again. I'm going to go into the sales form, and once the sales form loads up, I'm just going to go ahead and click on assign security role, and this time I'm going to go for sales manager. Just put that in there, and going to go ahead and click OK. Before I click OK, you can see here you've got the option to display to everyone and display only to these selected security roles. By default, it would display only to these selected security roles will always be ticked. That's kind of the point of security based forms, because you want forms to only be visible based on the security roles. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK again and save and close, and finally we'll do exactly the same thing with the trainee form. So I'm just going to quickly double click and open that form, and once that form's open up, I'm going to go ahead and assign the security role, and let's give that as an example simply to salesperson, and click OK and save and close. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and publish my account entity to make those changes visible to everyone. And once that goes through, I'm just going to go ahead and refresh the screen and go back into the account entity. Now I've got sysadmin privileges which means that I'll be able to see all of the forms anyway. Because as I mentioned, by default, that's what the system administrator allows you to do. But let me just go ahead and refresh the screen now. So I'll just go ahead and press F5 to refresh the page, and I'll go back into our account section and open up one of the account records, and we'll be able to, first of all, we'll be able to see the different forms. Now you would imagine that what would happen is you would log in as a different users and you'll be able to see those different forms. But if I was to just go ahead and open up the accounts brats, you'll see on the left hand side here there's a drop down on the information, and because I'm sysadmin I can physically go in and look at I can see all of the different forms. So you see we've got the HR there, sales and trainee. But if I had only the designated security role that was assigned to these forms, when I log in by default it would just take me to my designated form. Okay, so I just showed you how to assign security roles to forms in CRM 2011. Thank you.